Hi, shalom, shalom. This is Keskia Yisrael Hamore. It's been a long time since I've posted a video, but today I want to share with you some thoughts on creating a winning culture. And that's pertaining to organizational culture, that's pertaining to your business. This is pertaining to a winning culture when it comes to a team. Now, in 2003, I was about 22 years old, and my basketball club, well, the club that I was a part of at that time, the Republic Park Rangers in Guyana, South America, we were bounced immediately out of our national basketball championship tournament. Now, prior to the beginning of the game, when we entered the arena or the sports hall, that's our sports complex, we sat with the number one ranked team in our country right next to them, and many of our players were joking with those players, and they said, they were saying to some of the leaders of our team, I was pretty young and not very gifted, still not very gifted physically, but had a mindset where I really wanted to not continue losing. So while sitting with them, they were making fun of our team, and they even said, listen, how much points do y'all want to lose by? And they made a joke because of the political atmosphere in our country between Indians and Afro-Guyanese and so on. They said, listen, we will give you 28 points, a 28-point blowout, to remind you of the 28 years of the African government that ruled the country. Because at that time, there was an Indian government, or primarily Indian government, ruling the country. I'm just laying the facts bare. But what really upset me was that they had the audacity to actually say that, and then they did it. And my teammates seemed to be, it was something funny to them, but it really upset me, really got me upset. So what I did, I decided to leave the club and start a new club. And I got knowledge. I decided to begin researching winning cultures for teams. But then I stumbled on some principles and elements and keys that I saw in the company that I was working in at that time, which was being led by my first business mentor, my uncle. And I saw, things like painting a clear picture of vision. I saw things like accountability. I saw things like setting goals, clear goals. And that did not, it was relatable. But then a winning culture came alive more after working with a basketball team, moving the basketball team from losing to where out of we had, if I recall correctly, 41 games in about 2 years or 2.5 years. And the first 7 we lost, and then eventually we just started to win. And we did not win a national championship. We actually won one-day tournament, but then we finished third in a tournament which was unprecedented for our club. And we did not have the best talent, but the principles and the systems, the strategies that we applied caused us to become a force in our arena. But then I was making notes because I was a player coach at that time. And then when I started my own business, I started to look at the winning principles, the standards that championship organizations have. I started to study the culture of winning organizations. I read Jim Collins' book, Good to Great. And I read The Winner Within by the great coach Pat Riley. And as time went on, I even got my hands on this, Phil Jackson's book, 11 Rings, The Soul of Success. But this hit me so hard because, I'm a basketball guy, but the intrigues of the team, because he spoke of my favorite player at that time, Kobe Bryant, and what was happening. But I was able to extract most of the principles, the elements that I'll talk to you about from his material 11 rings, the soul of success. And it's critical and very, it's very important in Guyana, South America, and across the Caribbean, and more so even on the African continent, that we begin to embody principles that would allow us to build organizations that are successful, not for one generation, not for 10 years, not for 20 years, not for 30 years, not even for 40 years, but organizations and structures and buildings and brands that they last for 100, 200, 500 years and onward. So here are some of those strategies and some of those key elements. Now, first of all, it starts winning. A winning culture starts with leadership. Leaders that are committed to a clear vision, that are men of integrity, and women, not only men can lead, and women of integrity. Organizations that are built on trust. Leaders that are trustworthy are the only ones that can lead a trust culture, because when the people are trusted and when the leaders are trusted, everything speeds up. Progression, growth, development, production speeds up. You're able to hire and even cause and attract, because in volunteer organizations you're able to attract, because you're not hiring in volunteer organizations. You're able to attract high quality talent and keep them. Now, I was looking up brain drain just a few hours ago in developing countries, and here in Guyana, South America. It's strange, but this is an amazing, unbelievable statistic. In 2018, a study was carried out by the U.S. Embassy, or the U.S. Department of Research, if I recall correctly, but it was the United States. They're the ones that presented the information. And if you go online, you will see what I'm talking about, and it will blow your mind away. In every 100 university grad or student that graduates from the university of our national university, University of Ghana, 8 to 9 leave our shores thinking that when they go to another land, they'll find greener pastures because they have more money. They're offered more money. And in the private sector, which is deemed many times a sector that pays more money, they have staff turnover 20 to 25%. And this was at around 2018. In 2009, it was worse because of the nature, the culture that was and still prevails in our country. Now, it's difficult to keep exceptional talent, to attract and keep them. But here's how you keep them. Having a culture of trust and integrity. Having a culture where people are empowered, where people are given the opportunity to flourish. So here's the thing. If you paint the picture of the vision, you have to allow your people who have the capabilities in their strength zone, in their passion zones, in their talent and gift zones, to find the solutions or to find their way to the mountaintop, to the goals that you as the leader or as leaders put before them. If you paint the picture of what the vision is, and then you want to dictate and direct all the way up the mountain without allowing your people to have a say in how the goal will be achieved at some point, leaders who are among you will not be led anymore. They will say, you know what, I could do this on my own. It's better I just leave. And this is the thing in developing countries. This is the thing in organizations, even volunteer organizations, even businesses that are now developing and growing. If the leader micromanages too much because he or she thinks the people are incapable and they're not empowered and equipped to work in their talent zones, work in their passion zones, to effectively create and implement strategies and solutions, they will leave. Then you as the leader, you are exercising distrust or mistrust in your people. And where there's distrust or limited trust, everything slows down. First of all, what happens? People check out. Then you see in your organization where there are little groups and they're doing a lot of small talks around the cooler. They want breaks. They're exact when it comes to 4:30 is the time they come off for work. At 4:20, they're ready to leave. They arrive at work just on time, not before time, because there's limited morale. So organizations that have a winning culture, they're built on integrity, they're built on trust, they're built on empowerment. If the people are not empowered, if they're not given the opportunity to flourish in an encouraging environment, in an environment that allows them to spread their wings and explore their creativity, as well as environments that they are allowed to make mistakes and recover, then they will leave. Then your organization becomes weaker. Then our countries, these countries become weaker, and the development and progress is significantly slowed. Now I'll go back a little bit to brain drain for a while. Because we have been indoctrinated to think that greener pastures are over lands and seas away from where we dwell, when we become qualified, certified, and the rest of the qualifications that many of you have, we tend to think that we are entitled to certain salaries and privileges. No. We have to be indoctrinated, dedicated, some of you might say educated, to see, to know, and to understand that you are not entitled to rewards, compensation, unless you provide solutions, results that earn the trust of those that are in the marketplace, that they are willing to compensate you in a manner that pleases you. Your certificate, your degree, your diploma is not a solution to the problems in the marketplace. It positions you to solve problems, but you still have to go out and solve those problems. You still have to go out and effectively implement strategies, systems, and a little bit of some of the tactics to cause results, to bring about results that are favorable and that would allow you to be compensated. You also have to develop a sense of patriotism, pride in being a developer of your own talent, providing jobs. What about working in a scope or an environment where you create jobs, or you help others that are creating jobs create jobs, instead of running away to other shores where everything is laid out already and you're saying, okay, good, I've arrived, I'm ready, I'm qualified. It's unfair and it's unjust. Be a person that takes pride and paint a picture or your own vision of being a contributor to your own country, your own society, your own people, in ways that enables others because of the creative space that you create. And that also means, it refers to the culture that you yourself would be developing in the environment that you will create. If you leave these shores and you go into winning organizations or developed countries where you see success principles, do it with the mindset that you're going to return and take the good principles, take the good principles and use it for the benefit of yourself, yes, and for the people that you bring into your circle. So, winning cultures that causes organizations to rise continually, they're built on integrity, they're built on visionary leadership, they're built on trust between leaders and their people, trustworthiness, dependability, being reliable, They're built on accountability, people that are willing to be accountable. And trust me, I want you to remember this. They're built with highly skilled, highly gifted, and talented persons. Winning organizations are built when they have highly skilled, highly gifted, and talented personnel that are held accountable, that are dependable, that are reliable, that buy into the culture and the vision, that buy into the strategies, tactics to arrive at the solutions that you as the leader purport with your team. So we need organizations, we need teams, businesses, systems that create winning, that creates success, that causes it to grow in quantum leaps, so that we will continue to magnetize and attract even more success in our society. And this is something that has been on my soul for a long, long time. I've been able to put it together in this way so that you can grasp it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the channel for high performers. This is the channel for those that want to be the best that they can be and that desire to see others be the best that they can be. Cheers. Shalom, shalom.